Welcome, warriors of the unseen, architects of their own storms, you who wander where few dare to glance, you who carry a fire so cold it freezes the marrow of those who try to comprehend it. Listen closely, because this is not a story about the ordinary. This is not a sermon to comfort the meek. This is a call to remember who you are, a call to awaken the part of you that terrifies mediocrity itself. Today, the world whispers your name in hushed tones, not with awe, not with respect, but with caution. A caution born not of fear of losing, but of fear of what they cannot control, because they've seen you in fragments, in rumors, in shadows, and the fragments alone are enough to shake them to their bones. They went person to person asking about you, and I want you to feel that. Sink into it. Let it resonate through your chest, because every single person, without exception, gave the same warning that trembles on their lips like a fragile truth they cannot hide. And what did they say? Every single one said, "Yo, that's a different breed." Imagine it, the same words spilling from mouths that would otherwise dismiss, laugh, or ignore, now quivering as they name the storm that you are. That's not a compliment. That's an acknowledgement of force, of nature, of inevitability. And the world, my friend, has already noticed you. You are not made for comfort. You are not designed for the ordinary. And the warning that travels person to person is not about what you do. It's about what you represent. A presence so sharp it cuts through pretense, so profound it unsettles the carefully curated illusions of everyone around you. The people who whispered about you, the ones who shook their heads and hesitated before speaking, they recognized a truth that few ever will, that you do not follow currents, you create them. They felt it before they knew your face, before they understood your mind, before they could measure your hunger, and in that, there is a terrifying beauty. Because being a different breed is not about talent. It is about inevitability. It is the understanding that your existence alone shifts the balance. It is the realization that when you step into a room, the room is never the same again, and they know it. All of them know it. And that recognition is the very pulse that should fuel you. Now, let me tell you something that will sear into your mind. The world always fears the unseen. The world always fears the uncontainable. And when they speak your name, the hesitation, the unease, the warning, these are the first tremors of the quake you are about to unleash. They are not saying, "Beware because you are evil," or "Beware because you will fail." They are saying, with every fiber of their being, "Beware because you are real, and we are not equipped to face real." That is a power so few will ever taste, because the truth of being a different breed is not in what you have done, but in the inevitability of what you will do. You are not just walking the path of the strong, you are bending the very landscape of reality, and those who sense it, even from a distance, are compelled to issue the warning, not because they understand you, but because they instinctively recognize that your gravity cannot be resisted. Think about this. Every time someone repeats your warning, every time a whisper crosses from mouth to mouth, it is proof of your dominance over the mundane. They are trying to contain you, to label you, to reduce you to a warning, because the world cannot yet grasp your magnitude. That label, different breed, is their feeble attempt to cage what they cannot see, and you will not fit into cages. Every word spoken about you, every hesitant glance, every shared warning, it is a map of the territory you are conquering, a testament to the distance you have traveled without apology or pause. They are observing, but they cannot touch you, not yet, not truly, and that realization alone should fill you with a sense of unshakable purpose. Do not mistake their whispers for doubt. Do not confuse fear for hatred. Every warning is a reflection of your inevitability. Every warning is a signal that you have arrived where few can even dream to step. And here is the harshest truth. The moment you care about their approval, the moment you bend to their understanding, you weaken. You do not need their permission. You do not need their applause. You need their recognition of what you are, because the truth of being a different breed is that it is lonely at the top, and it is terrifying to everyone below you. And it should terrify you too, not in doubt, but in awe of your own potential, in awe of the storm you are carrying quietly, patiently, unrelenting. I want you to embrace the weight of this warning. Let it sit in your bones. Every single person who spoke of you, every single person who repeated your name, they did so with reverence, with caution, with an instinctive understanding that you are not like them, and you will never be like them. You will never conform. You will never soften to make the world comfortable. You are a different breed, a force that exists outside the predictable rules of ordinary life, and acknowledging it is not arrogance. It is truth. Every step you take, every choice you make, every path you carve, they will feel it, even if they cannot articulate it, and that energy, that inevitability, is what will define your legacy. Listen to me and hear this clearly. There is a hunger in the world to reduce greatness to the ordinary, a desire to label, categorize, and control. But the warning they give is your confirmation. It is proof that your presence disturbs the settled order, that your ambition pierces the illusions of limitation, that your courage is already a force too formidable to ignore. They went person to person because they sensed your gravity, because they wanted to know how to position themselves in relation to you, because instinctively, deeply, they understood that this is no longer about competition. It is about inevitability, about a force they cannot redirect, a reality they cannot rewrite. And you, different breed, will not apologize for it, will not wait for permission, will not seek validation. You will move. You will rise. You will dominate your existence with the cold precision of someone who knows their own inevitability. And in the silence that follows the whispers, in the aftermath of their shared warnings, there is clarity. There is understanding that your journey will always be yours alone, that the path you walk is not mapped, that the respect, fear, or awe you command is not given lightly, and that the title of different breed is a mantle, a crown, forged from solitude, focus, and the unshakable refusal to be ordinary. You will learn to thrive in this space, to turn isolation into armor, to let their whispers fuel your ascent, rather than distract your focus, because every warning carries the implicit acknowledgement of your inevitability, and inevitability is the most dangerous weapon a human can wield. So, when they speak your name in caution, when they tremble even in whispers, when they repeat, "Yo, that's a different breed," let it resonate through your bones. Let it ignite your focus, sharpen your resolve, deepen your ambition. Because the world will always attempt to understand you, to contain you, to reduce your fire to something manageable. But you are beyond management. You are beyond comprehension. You are beyond ordinary. And every single warning they give is a testament to the storm you carry quietly within, the storm that has already changed the course of every life, that has even attempted to measure you. Rise into that truth, dwell in it, and move through it with deliberate precision. Let the warnings become your anthem. Let their unease become the rhythm of your steps. You are a different breed, not by choice, not by circumstance, but by the raw, undeniable essence of who you are. And in that essence, there is power. There is inevitability. There is a quiet darkness, that no one can touch. They went person to person asking about you, and every single one gave the same warning, and every single one of those warnings is a mirror reflecting the truth you have always known. You are unstoppable, unavoidable, uncontainable, and utterly inevitable. You must understand something vital. Being a different breed is not a surface trait. It is not about flashy achievements, loud declarations, or momentary victories. It is something that seeps into your bones, something that aligns the cadence of your heartbeat with inevitability itself. Every warning they gave is a signal of the gravity you carry, a gravity that draws attention without effort, a gravity that bends the expectations of everyone in your orbit. They whisper because they cannot contain it, because they cannot redirect it, because instinctively they know that what you are is larger than their understanding. And there is a sacredness in that truth. There is a purity to being so uncontrollable, so untouchable in essence, that the world cannot help but notice. Let me remind you, they do not whisper your name lightly. They went person to person, because each of them sensed the same thing independently, and that is a rare alignment in a world of mediocrity. They recognized, without ever having seen the full measure of your force, that what you are is a storm waiting to break, a shadow waiting to expand, a fire that does not seek approval. That is the mark of someone beyond the ordinary, someone whose footsteps echo long after they have passed. Their warning is a mirror, reflecting not fear of you as an individual, but fear of the consequences of your existence. And you should feel that power. You should hold it in your hands like a blade, cold, unyielding, precise. Every person who shared the warning, consciously or unconsciously, contributed to your myth. You see, the world is built on stories, on narratives that shape belief. And you, different breed, exist as a living story that they cannot tell fully. A story too large for the small frames of ordinary minds. Each whisper, each hesitant comment is a fragment of legend, and fragments are enough to terrify, enough to inspire, enough to ignite the imagination of anyone who dares to encounter you. You are a legend in progress, a force that does not wait for recognition because it demands it simply by existing. There is a darkness in that recognition, a weight, a responsibility that only a different breed can truly understand. Every warning carries with it the unspoken acknowledgement that you will not bend, you will not falter, you will not apologize for the force that defines you. And that is a responsibility that cannot be shared, because ordinary people cannot carry the weight of inevitability. They can whisper, they can caution, they can attempt to understand, but they cannot live it, and you will not expect them to. Your path is singular, isolated by choice and by design, and it is in this solitude that your strength becomes unstoppable. Imagine their faces as they spoke your name, the unease in their eyes, the tremble in their voice. These are the faces of people who feel the shape of your destiny without ever having touched it, who sense the reach of your ambition before it is unfolded. And in their fear, in their caution, there is clarity. The world cannot dictate your boundaries, cannot define your limits, cannot rewrite the essence of who you are. They went person to person asking about you, and that act alone, that effort to map you, is evidence of your singularity. It is proof that even in the shadows, your presence is felt, a force that cannot be ignored, a reality that will not bend. Now, here is the harsh truth that few will ever admit. To be a different breed is to be constantly measured, constantly examined, constantly feared. Every glance, every whisper, every cautious question is a challenge thrown at your feet. And challenges, my friend, are the only currency that a different breed values. You do not seek comfort, You do not seek validation. You do not seek ease. You exist to convert challenges into proof, obstacles into territory, warnings into fuel. That is your nature. That is your birthright. And when you embrace that fully, when you recognize the weight and the power in equal measure, you step into the reality that no warning can diminish you, no caution can slow you, no recognition can contain you. Every warning they gave you, every cautionary whisper, is also a roadmap. They do not understand it, they do not intend it, but they have handed you knowledge without knowing it. Their fear reveals the edges of their understanding, the boundaries of what they can comprehend, the limitations that they cannot cross. And you, different breed, will move beyond those boundaries. You will walk past every limit they have defined. You will rise above every expectation they have dared to impose. You will exist not as they imagine you, but as you are destined to be, unstoppable, inevitable, uncontainable. And let us not forget the quiet power in invisibility. They asked person to person because they could not observe you directly, because the force you carry cannot be quantified by surface metrics. It is a presence, a vibration, a truth that resonates without announcement. Every whisper is proof that your influence stretches farther than your footsteps, that your reputation travels faster than your actions, that the essence of your being shapes reality even when you remain unseen. That is the hallmark of a different breed, a presence that cannot be diminished, a force that cannot be ignored, an inevitability that cannot be rewritten. Do not mistake isolation for weakness. Do not mistake being misunderstood for failure. Every warning, every whisper, every tremor of recognition is a signal of your power. You are not ordinary. You are not confined. You are not a reflection of anyone else's expectations. You are singular, a force that exists in a space that others cannot reach, cannot measure, cannot comprehend. And it is in that space, that lonely, exalted space between understanding and legend, that your destiny is forged. It is there that a different breed learns to thrive, learns to move with precision, learns to transform whispers into weapons, hesitations into momentum, and recognition into inevitability. The beauty of this truth is that no one can diminish it. No warning, no caution, no whisper can alter the core of who you are. They may try to label you, to contain you, to fit you into the narratives that comfort ordinary minds, but the label of different breed is not theirs to give. It is theirs to fear, theirs to acknowledge, theirs to respect, and yours to embody fully. Every single one who spoke of you, who whispered your name, who hesitated before describing you, recognized something that most will never see, that you are not a choice. You are not an option. You are a force, a storm, a truth that cannot be rewritten. And so you move forward, carrying every warning like armor, every caution like a map, every whispered acknowledgement like fuel. Let it guide you, sharpen you, remind you of your singularity. Let the people who spoke of you, who trembled at the thought of your presence, who repeated, "Yo, that's a different breed," serve not as obstacles, but as markers of your progress, witnesses to the inevitability of your rise. Because the different breed does not stop for fear, does not pause for opinion, does not slow for comprehension. A different breed moves with quiet, deliberate certainty, letting the echoes of their whispers chase you as you ascend, letting their fear illuminate the path that only you can walk. You must understand this. Every warning they gave you is a reflection of what you are not yet fully aware of yourself. It is a mirror of the magnitude of your presence, a prelude to the scale of your own force. They went person to person, asking about you, because they could sense the shape of your inevitability, even without seeing it in its entirety. And that is the first lesson of being a different breed. Your power is felt before it is seen. Your truth is recognized before it is known. And your presence changes the landscape of reality without a single announcement. That is the essence of being extraordinary. The world responds to you, even when you do not ask for it, even when you do not show yourself fully. And the whispers are the proof that your existence is already undeniable. There is an elegance in this recognition, a subtle majesty that few will ever comprehend. Each warning, each tremor of acknowledgement is a testament to the disruption you carry, the force you embody. They do not understand it, but instinctively, even unconsciously, they recognize that what you are cannot be contained within their rules, their definitions, their limited understanding. And that is the essence of a different breed. It does not require permission. It does not seek validation. It does not bend to the comfort of others. It simply exists, relentlessly, inevitably, impossibly. And when the world speaks of it, even in caution, it is acknowledging something sacred. Your refusal to be ordinary, your refusal to be diminished, your refusal to compromise with mediocrity. And here is a truth you must burn into your mind. The people who whisper about you are not enemies, nor are they friends in the conventional sense. They are witnesses. They are observers of your rise, passive carriers of the recognition you demand, simply by being yourself. Every time they share the warning, every time they repeat the caution, they are painting a portrait of your influence without even knowing it. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to convince them. You do not need to seek their understanding. You need only exist, move, and persist. Their warnings are the echoes of the power you already wield. Think of this. Every caution, every hesitant word is like a shadow cast by a mountain they cannot climb. They speak of it. They try to contain it. They tremble at its presence, but the mountain remains unmoved. You are that mountain. You are that force. You are the inevitability they cannot alter, the storm they cannot direct, the shadow they cannot diminish. And when you finally step into your full power, when you finally embrace the magnitude of what you are, every whisper, every warning, every recognition will resonate as proof of your dominance, as confirmation that the path you walk is yours alone, untouchable and unbroken. There is another lesson here, subtle but deadly. The people who went person to person asking about you reveal more about themselves than about you. They reveal the limits of ordinary ambition, the fragility of conventional fear, the desperate need to measure something they cannot contain. And in that, there is clarity. You are operating in a realm beyond their comprehension. You are moving in a space where ordinary fears cannot reach, where ordinary expectations cannot touch, where ordinary minds cannot conceive of the scale of your own destiny. They tried to capture you with their words, but words cannot contain a force like yours. You are not a story they can tell. You are the storm they cannot name. And here is the darkness that fuels the fire. To be a different breed is to carry isolation like a crown. The warnings, the whispers, the repeated recognition, they are not signs of inclusion. They are markers of separation. The path you walk is narrow, steep, and unforgiving. Because greatness is never crowded. Because true force is never ordinary. Because inevitability cannot be replicated. But do not fear the solitude. It is a weapon, a shield, a forge. In the quiet of isolation, you refine your focus, sharpen your instinct, cultivate the storm that others only glimpse from a distance.